All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're talking about a technology that isn't some far-off future concept. It is happening right now, completely reshaping industries. It's called Agentic AI. And trust me, this is way beyond the basic automation we're all used to.
And I want to kick things off with this statement right here. This isn't just another buzzword. According to our source, TIQ Digital, this is going to be the defining competitive advantage by next year. That's a huge claim, right? So let's unpack what's really going on here.
To really get a handle on this, you gotta think big. We're not talking about a small wave of change. The experts are calling this the next digital tsunami. It's a massive, fundamental shift powered by a totally new kind of intelligence.
You know, for years, businesses have been using automation for simple, repetitive stuff. Think about a bot that just follows a very strict, pre-programmed set of rules. Well, that old way of doing things, it's hitting a wall. It can only take us so far, which is why we need something way smarter, something that can actually adapt.
And just to be clear, this isn't some niche idea. The global market for what's called hyperautomation, which is basically agentic AI put to work on an industrial scale, is set to hit over $46 billion this year alone. To put that in perspective, that's more than the entire global music industry. So yeah, the money is already pouring in. Businesses are betting big on this. Okay, so that brings us to the big question. What is this stuff, really? What makes it so different from the automation we've known for the last decade?
Well, here's the textbook definition. We are talking about intelligent systems with human-like decision-making. Now, the words you really need to latch onto there are perceive, analyze, and execute autonomously. It's not just about doing what it's told, it's about thinking for itself.
And this is where it all just clicks into place. Old school automation, it follows rules. Agentic AI, it makes decisions. The old stuff handles one boring task at a time. This new AI manages entire, complex processes from start to finish. But here's the biggest difference. Old bots need a human babysitter. Agentic AI learns and gets better all on its own.
So let's break that down. This means these AI agents can literally see and understand their digital environment. They can analyze super complex situations as they're happening in real time. They can then carry out these multi-step strategic plans. And this is the real game changer. They're always learning, always adapting. They're not just tools anymore. They're more like digital members of your team.
All right, so that's the what. Now for the so what. Let's get into the hard data, because the real-world results that companies are getting, they're staggering.
Right out of the gate, organizations that are actually using this are seeing productivity jump by 25 to 40%. I mean, think about that. For every 3 things your team gets done now, an AI-powered system could help them get a 4th done without hiring anyone else. That's a massive boost in output.
Okay, now let's talk about money. When you're processing things like invoices or insurance claims, all that paperwork, intelligent automation can slash those costs by a whopping 80%. That's not a small saving. That is a direct, huge impact on your bottom line. And the efficiency gains get even more wild when you look at really complex end-to-end processes. You know, like a customer order that has to go through sales, then manufacturing, then billing, then shipping. We're seeing improvements of up to 90%. It's like removing almost all of the friction from your most important operations. Let's just zoom in on one industry for a second. A major bank put this tech to work and, well, look at this. Their sales cycle got 40% shorter, customer satisfaction shot out by 30%, and their conversion rates climbed 25%. So you can see it's not just about one little improvement, it transforms the entire business. And it's not just banking. Look across the board here. In healthcare, patient support is 90% faster. Market research has seen productivity gains of over 60%. And get this, in the mortgage industry, loan approvals are happening 20 times faster. 20! This tech is a powerhouse, no matter the industry.
So when you see numbers like that, the first thing you think is, okay, how do I get a piece of that action? Well, this isn't just magic. It takes a really clear strategic plan. So let's walk through what that roadmap actually looks like. It really boils down to a 3-phase journey. First is discovery, where you look at all your processes and figure out where the biggest opportunities are. Then you move to architecture, where you actually pick the right tools and build your custom AI agents. And finally, you manage the evolution, and this is key, reskilling your teams and changing how you measure success for this new world. And that last phase is absolutely critical. This is not about replacing people. It's about upgrading their jobs.
The focus for your team shifts away from doing repetitive tasks and towards much higher value work. Things like AI governance, big picture strategy, and creative problem solving.
And the great part is, you start seeing the payoff really, really quickly. Look at this timeline. In the first 3 months, you're already seeing solid efficiency gains. By about 8 months in, you're looking at major productivity boosts. And within about 1.5 years, you can achieve a true, full-on operational transformation. So when you put all of this together, the tech, the incredible results, the clear path to get there, it paints a picture of a brand new competitive reality. The game is changing for everyone, and the stakes are getting higher.
And here's the bottom line. This is the big takeaway from all of this. We have moved past the point where agentic AI is just a cool tool to get ahead. It is quickly becoming a flat-out requirement to stay in the game. It's shifting from being a nice-to-have advantage to a must-have for survival.
I love this metaphor the source material uses. It says early adopters are building insurmountable competitive moats. The companies that are moving on this right now are digging these deep, wide defenses around their businesses, advantages in speed, cost, and customer experience that latecomers will find almost impossible to cross.
So what's the end game? Where is all of this headed? It's towards something they call the autonomous enterprise. Just try to picture that. A business that can pretty much run itself. An organization that senses what's happening in the market, adapts its strategy on the fly, and optimizes its own performance, all with very little human meddling. That is the destination.
So we'll end on this one provocative thought. This revolution, it's not coming. It's already here. The tech exists. The roadmap is clear. The only question left is a strategic one. Are you going to lead this transformation, or are you going to be forced to follow it?